The following is a live sports presentation on Glycod.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school basketball starts now.
Good morning, everyone, from Rupp Arena in downtown Lexington. Welcome to our broadcast of the 2026 Clark's Pump and Shop Girls Basketball Sweet 16 opening round. It'll be Frederick Douglass, champions of the 11th region, against Henderson County, champions of the 2nd region. I'm Keith Elkins, along with Nimbo Hammonds, former Bryan Station and George Washington University star and a longtime basketball coach. And Nimbo, this is what everybody's played for all year, and here we are at Rupp, and the excitement is building.
Hey, I'm still nervous like I played, and I haven't been here since '89. So it's that time of the year that everybody loves, and the people that put the work in are here. So, hopefully they'll enjoy this morning, rather.
And we see Henderson County taking the court in front of us now as we're courtside at Rupp. Henderson County and Douglas should be an interesting matchup in this first one. We've got some individual stars, as you might expect, that have helped carry these teams to this height. But on the other hand, it's got to be a solid team effort, and a lot of players have to contribute. Let's start with Douglas. Jaylee Knowles, 11th Region Player of the Year. She is an outstanding player and has a variety of skills. She's not going it alone by any means, right, but she's the one that leads them.
Well, and it's funny, I've done several of her games, and, just seeing this young lady affect the game in different ways. I've seen her affected by scoring and being the aggressor, and I've also seen her affect the game by rebounding the ball and getting her other teammates shots. So she's very valuable to them, and she needs to show up today.
And, of course, she'll have good teammates surrounding her, and M.K. Bennett is one who really makes the Broncos go. Ball handler with a lot of speed on the court and can really contribute offensively too, but she's a key player. Yeah,
I fell in love with her, just her energy. I didn't know much about her, and the funny thing is I'm real good friends with her family members, and I didn't know anything about the young lady, but she has really played well and left her mark on the floor. And just having that kind of senior leadership is what you need coming down this stretch.
And Henderson County, led by Italia Green, 5'7" senior, averaging almost 17 points a game, and she's done the job for them this year. Just 29% from three-point range, but certainly a threat from out there, and she's a key player for Henderson County.
Well, here's the thing. When you're a player like she is, you're always a threat, because she can always get hot, and she can beat you either way. She can beat you in driving downhill, or she'll pull up and hit big shots. So you have to always pay attention to her.
And a good coaching matchup, too. DJ Moberly has built the Douglas program up, and they had a losing season in his first season, but they've been on a roll since then, and now their third trip to the Sweet 16 and second in a row. So he's really got the program going in the right direction.
Well, knowing Coach Moberly like I do, he's a hard-working young man. And he puts a lot of time into these young ladies in the summer and, postseason, preseason. And it's really starting to show. His dedication to the game, his dedication to details have really helped these young ladies excel.
And Henderson County, what a tradition they've got going. 8th consecutive 2nd region title and going for their 4th straight Sweet 16 first-round win. They are coached by Stephen Hale, who took over from his dad, who won over 800 games. But Stephen Hale has continued the tradition there, and they've really got it going there, too.
Well, when you have to walk behind your dad, you better step up. Yeah. So, and he's done that. And then have his young ladies to have that experience of being here every year. So if you're a young lady going into that program, you know what to expect. You got to come in and you got to lay it all on the line or you don't fit. So he's done a great job of establishing that.
We've got a lot ahead on our pregame report before this one gets underway. We'll take a break and be back with more on Glycod.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training. The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Get started by finding the program that works for you at bluegrass.kctcs.edu. Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world.
Coach Moberly, Frederick Douglass, what's this season been like for you?
Tough schedule. Probably one of the toughest schedules at state. I felt like day in and day out who we face, man. But it's been a good year, a good growing year for us this year.
Coach, well, you were just on here when you heard him saying there's not many 6-foot posts that around the state of Kentucky, but you have a really special one with Jaylee. And watching that championship game last night, it seemed like she just kind of took over. I mean, literally had more than half your all's points in the game last night. Can you just talk about how special of a talent she is and what it's like getting to coach her?
Jaylee's a super phenomenal athlete on and off the court. Great character too. But yeah, she definitely finally took over. Very unselfish player she is. Jaylee doesn't worry about her scoring. Loves to rebound. She really loves to block shots. That's really her main thing. She loves to do that. She loves to try to be a defensive stopper, which is great for us.
You play Henderson County right off the jump. First game, first day. What do you know about them?
As of now, the little bit of film that we could get last night, they look like a talented team. Hopefully we be prepared and physically be mentally locked in and be ready because, like I said, they score in transition. They got a good size. I think she is a guard/forward that handles the ball pretty much for them. So we got to be on our A game. We got to be able to play defense, and we got to box out and rebound. How I'm looking, but everything is just got to be prepared for this game.
So talk a little bit about, I feel like we've watched this group kind of grow up a little bit, from their first state tournament a couple years ago. Where maybe the moment kind of got to them. They had a big lead there and it kind of slipped away. But then last night, Dunbar's making that run, everything kind of bouncing in Dunbar's favor. And you guys just stayed calm, stayed with it, knew what you needed to do and got it done. Just talk about maybe what you've seen from this group as they've grown through your program.
Well, we have matured of some. We have in some areas. And like you said, any other time that I feel like at games previous last couple of years, let's say 2 or 3 years ago, we would have panicked and probably would have might not even finished the game, winning the game. But I think now is the point about we got more of a leader role as far as with Miss Bennett. She's been turning up right at the right time. I think she's playing her best basketball right now. So she's been even more vocal, being more of a leader out there for us. So that's been helping us out more. I think to me it has grown too as far as from her experience from last year too. So I think a lot of it has played a lot of things when it comes to just the growth and being leaders out there on the court and telling the young girls too at that, even though she's young, but being that she's young and been through the forest, it relates a little bit more coming from her, with the younger girls that's there. So that's a big plus for us. Even with Jaylee's been more vocal this year. I've seen a change in her game too, as far as being a leader on the court and really accepting the challenge day in and day out. Who we play and day in and day out as far as our opponents, and so she has took a good approach with that as far as just approaching the game different. So I think it's helped us as a team as a whole when we see these type of things. So I think it's what's grown us from first year experience at state tournament to making it this time for a third time.
Coach, congratulations and good luck to you this week.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Make a bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cardtown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. And new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cardtown Kia and CardtownKiaUSA.com.
Communication is really important on a team because you have to know what everybody's doing, even when it's not your job. You just really want to work as one unit, and whenever you can do that, the team is at its best. I think staying active helps me to be my best self by keeping me disciplined. Being able to look back whenever I go to bed at night, checking all the things off that I've done that day, it creates the best me. My name is Trent Noah, and I'm better without it.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Glad to have you with us today as we come to you from Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky, as we get set for the first round of the 2026 Clark's Pump and Chop Girls Basketball Sweet 16. Keith Elkins along with Nimbo Hammonds. Chris LaBar is our producer today, and tonight we'll go to the game plan built by Elite Building Products in Nicholasville. They're the right decision for your home. And Nimbo, let's start with Frederick Douglass.
Well, they first need to own the paint with Jaylee. She's always affecting the game in some way, so she needs to do the same thing tonight. Whether it's rebounding, whether it's post defense, whether it's scoring, whatever it is, she needs to step up. Also, the defensive pressure and rebounding. When they get their hands on a lot of deflections, they score easily, and then they need to limit to one rebound, limit Henderson County to one shot. And the perimeter confidence and composure. Their guards have to play well tonight. They have to make the right plays. They have to cut down on the turnovers, and they have to make the open shots. Everything counts tonight.
And for Henderson County, what's the game plan look like for the Lady Colonels?
You got to let Green set the tone. She's been a nightmare all year for everybody, so continue to be that nightmare. And if she can do that and score at all 3 levels, they're going to be tough to beat. Then they have to have balanced perimeter shooting. They have a lot of young ladies that shoot the ball, and they're going to have to do that tonight to keep that paint open for her. And then lastly, the defensive discipline in the boards. You're going to have to stay down on defense. You have to close out the right way, and you have to rebound, because if you give Douglas extra shots and lanes to that basket, it's going to be a tough night for you.
All right, that's the game plan built by Elite Building Products in Nicholasville. They're the right decision for your home. This broadcast is copyrighted by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, video, and audio without the express written permission of the KHSAA is prohibited. We'll take a break. Back with more on our pregame report in just a moment on Glycod.
I think it's important to have a passion, because it's important to have something that's bigger than yourself, that you find joy in, that you can work towards every single day. I would say that basketball has positively influenced my life greater than any other thing that I've done, because it has allowed me to build so many great relationships, and it's taught me resilience and accountability and discipline and so many things that I use in life every single day. I've witnessed how drugs have negatively impacted people in my community, and I know that by pursuing my passion, I've been able to make positive choices that have helped me grow as a person and an athlete. If you're feeling pressured, I would just encourage you to stay true to yourself and not let others influence you to become something that you're not. It's okay to stand out and make choices that reflect who you really are. My name is Cassidy Rowe, and I'm better without it.
You'll still have common days, but this is not one of them. A few weeks a year and you'll discover the most uncommon time of your life.
At Man O' War Harley-Davidson, we're proud to be Kentucky's only family-owned Harley-Davidson dealership. Here, horsepower meets hospitality, and every rider is treated like family. With a huge selection of Harley-Davidson motorcycles, expert service and parts, premium apparel, and endless customization options, we're built to support every mile of your ride. And through community events and group rides, we're more than just a dealership. Man O' War Harley-Davidson, where the ride begins.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
At Central Equipment, we're a family, and that's what sets us apart from other ag and outdoor power equipment companies.
It's the amazing options we give our customers
through the quality brands that we represent,
with the parts and service that we offer,
with one main focus of making sure
our customers leave happy.
If you need a new tractor, mower, chainsaw, or have other power equipment needs,
come to Central Equipment and become part of our family,
so we can show you the Central Equipment difference.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Region 2, and Stephen Hale is with us. And, you know, if there's that old saying that two things are certain in life, death and taxes, and I guess the third is Henderson County going to the girls' state tournament. So what was this year like compared to all of the others that you have been a part of or witnessed?
It was a little bit different. You know, we had 3 seniors that graduated off last year's team that played quite a bit for us. And then one of our returning players that was one of our leading scorers the past 2 seasons, Brooklyn Gibson, tore ACL over the summer. So, you know, that's losing 4 of our key players off last year's team. And, you know, we have 2 senior leaders back in Addie Gish and Italia Green that are both really good basketball players. But we had to develop some of our younger kids in a quick manner. And, you know, the first 10 games of the season were a little rough. Some of those kids were trying to find their roles within what we try to do offensively and defensively. But, definitely the last 15 games or so since mid-January, we've really started playing a lot better as a team, and we've beaten some quality teams. And our last 8 games, we've won a lot of close ball games. So something to be said for, knowing how to stay close, keep those games close, and coming up on the winning side at the end.
Coach, obviously Italia's been great all season, but I feel like Addie's really stepped it up. I would see you all begging her to kind of look to shoot it in the past. It seems like she's at least looking a little bit more instead of being just only pass and looking for teammates. How has her game grown this season with having to play a bigger role?
Yeah, she would probably be one of the first ones to admit that, the beginning of the season, she didn't play as well as she wanted to, scoring the basketball, and her shooting percentage wasn't as good as I thought it would be out of her. But, and she's another one, even though she's a senior, the second half of the season, she's really picked it up, scored the ball more for us, shot the ball better from the perimeter. But she still is that, prototypical pass first point guard that's a really good defensive player. In our region semifinals game, she was in some foul trouble, but she still recorded 11 assists. And she's got 120 plus steals for us on the year. Italia's got 140 something. So, those two kids really know how to play defense and lead our other kids on the floor.
Have you faced a team like a Douglas that's going to press you for 94 feet if they can and try to make it a track meet?
Nobody as good as they are at that, I don't think. We've faced some really good teams this year, but probably nobody as athletic and as quick as they are at all 5 positions. We've seen some teams like that in the past, and with Addie and Italia, and then Nyla also, who's taken a big leap for us this year. We feel like our guard play is good enough to handle that pressure. We got to do a really good job on 23 Knowles down low. She's a stud down there. So, that's probably the biggest matchup issue for us is her size and finishing around the basket.
Coach, thank you, and good luck to you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Make a bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento, or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. At new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Central Kentucky, don't be afraid of your pool water. Talk to the experts at Suntine Pools, your BioGuard dealer. For over 50 years, our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit our store for a full line of BioGuard products, equipment, and accessories. Have your swimming pool sparkling in no time. Visit Suntine Pools today.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Just a few minutes away from game time at Rupp Arena as we get set to open the girls' Sweet 16 with Frederick Douglass matched up against Henderson County. And Nimbo, we see the crowd filing in now and hear the music from the end of the court, and it's going to be a nice atmosphere for Sweet 16 basketball. And as you said, everyone associated with his teams has worked all year to get here. It's a big day.
Yeah, it is. You know, and the funny thing, before you even said anything to me, I was just sitting here just amazed at the sight of everything. You know, I haven't really been in this environment since '89.
Yeah, when we were playing.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm just so happy for the young ladies who have made it here, and you know, and good luck to them tonight. You know, it's a valuable experience.
I wanted to ask you about the keys you mentioned to Douglas. One of them was perimeter confidence and composure. Iona Atkins certainly showed that the other night. She hit the game-winning three with about 4 seconds to go to give them the victory in the regional final. And she's a reserve, doesn't play a whole lot, but gave them some great minutes that night and then came through with the winner. That was the example of confidence and composure, wasn't it?
Yes, you know, that's next man up. You know, for everything that she has been through, to come back from an ACL injury and to come back to be playing and be a part of this team and then stick the game winner, you know, it's all the confidence that you need, and that shows that anybody can step up at any time.
And we're certainly expecting big things, too, from Italia Green. I'm anxious to see her play. This is our first look at Henderson County, but she has been a really good one and second region player of the year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, too. You know, just by everything that I'm hearing from everybody about the young lady. I've seen some film, but from everything I'm hearing from everybody, they've seen her in person, that she's tough to deal with.
And Henderson County, of course, had a narrow escape in their regional final as well, as they got past Crittenden County 42-39, and they, along with Douglas, both had the 3-point wins to get here and in that regional final. So it's shaping up to be a good one here in the first game, and we'll have it for you. And the starting lineups coming up in just a moment on Glycod.
Central Kentucky, don't be afraid of your pool water. Talk to the experts at Suntine Pools, your BioGuard dealer. For over 50 years, our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit our store for a full line of BioGuard products, equipment, and accessories. Have your swimming pool sparkling in no time. Visit Suntine Pools today.
From Glycod, it's Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world. Tonight's game is brought to you by Man O' War Harley-Davidson. 100% Kentucky owned and operated. New Vista. We see the good ahead. Tim Short Auto Plaza. Take the short drive to satisfaction. Martin's Peterbilt. Keeping you rolling. Elite Building Products, where you'll find top quality products for your home. Cartown Kia, movement that inspires. Carpenter's Local 1650, build your winning career today. And by Suntime Pools and Spas and Apex Driving School. And now, courtside for all the action from Glycod on Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
And we are courtside at Rupp Arena, getting ready to get the introductions of the starting lineups in this first game, matching second region champion Henderson County and 11th region champion Frederick Douglass, as we have the Wednesday session followed by the Thursday openers for the Sweet 16, and then they'll get into the quarterfinal rounds on Friday. So big week of basketball, Nimbo, and packed with basketball action, and that's just the way we like it.
Yes, you know, the last few weeks for me has been heaven, you know, and to kind of finish it off, being at the Sweet 16, it's the joy of my life.
It is for all of these young women too, and their coaches and their fans coming from the various communities. And so we're getting the starters introduced here at Rupp right now as they turn the lights down and give it a good show, and well deserved.
Yes.
Reagan Gregonis being introduced for Frederick Douglass, a 5'8" senior. She's a good outside shooter and a steady player on the court. And they're introducing alternating starting lineup. So Janila Locker introduced for Henderson County. Tamia Wade, the talented freshman for Frederick Douglass. She's got a very bright future. Addie Gish being introduced for Henderson County, 5'4" senior. Peyton Okerle will take the floor for Frederick Douglass. Okerle, 5'8" junior. Jersey Gardner, 5'4" sophomore for Henderson County. And rounding out the starting lineup for Frederick Douglass is M.K. Bennett, 5'6" senior. And Callie Burnett for Henderson County, a 5'8" sophomore. And then Jaylee Knowles rounding out the starting lineup for Douglass. 11th Region Player of the Year. And Italia Green for Henderson County, 5'7" senior, averaging almost 17 points a game. 2nd Region Player of the Year. And, of course, the coaches today, Stephen Hale of Henderson County and DJ Moberly of Frederick Douglass. And, Nimbo, I think we got the preliminaries out of the way now, and we're ready to go, ready to have some basketball and open up this tournament.
Yes, sir. That's what we're here for. See a good game today, and hopefully these ladies will leave it all on the floor and let it be a good one.
Douglass, of course, just coming across town to Rupp Arena, but it's still a big step when you're out here as a player, isn't it?
Man, when you get on Rupp's floor at any time in your career, it's a big time. I don't care where you come from because it's the end all. This is where you want to be.
It's what everybody points toward back in October when they break out the basketballs for the opening of practice in the fall. And now here we are at Rupp Arena, getting ready for the 2026 Clark's Pump and Shop Girls Sweet 16 on Glycon. We're glad you've joined us, and we are just about ready to get underway in this opening ball game. Our officials, Adam Ryder, Ron Price, and Jeff Watson. And the toss, and we are underway. Douglass will get the first possession as Gregonis has it for the Broncos.
Looks like Henderson County is going to start out in the a man-to-man, so I think both teams like to do that.
Here's a shot off the top, and that one is good for Tamia Wade.
Well, that's a good sign to come out first play. And she's been sick a little bit, so good sign for Douglass.
Here's Gish, pulls up, doesn't take the shot. Now a long one off the right side by Green, and that one is no good and tapped out of bounds. Douglass will get it. I want to tell you that our starting lineups brought to you by Apex Driving School, where learning to drive feels like family. And now we are in action again with Douglass bringing it up and into the lane. Knowles gets her first shot off, not good. And the rebound to Gish of Henderson County. Colonels work it around as Green takes it. She's outside, guarded by Okerle, and now Gish. And now the ball's tapped away and stolen. And the drive and the layup, good for Okerle.
Good start for Douglass. Defensively, they're playing man-to-man and getting after it. It gave them a chance to set their defense up.
Here is Green coming up court, met with a double team at midcourt. Colonels move it quickly, get it inside to Gish. Pass too tall, though, and picked off by Okerle for Frederick Douglass. Broncos off to a quick 5-0 start, and they have it again.
Henderson County got back, pretty quickly on defense, so it's a good thing. They're going to have to be tough in the half court on defensive end.
M.K. Bennett out front for Frederick Douglass. Now to Knowles on the left side, and Now to Oakerly, and inside it goes. Knowles down low now.
Ooh.
Turning, faking, and puts it in.
You talked about a good move right there. We talked about it early. Going to her often early, and she put it in the basket.
Quick timeout for Henderson County. 7-0 Douglas. 6:11 to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Quick 7-0 start for Douglas. Nimbo. How have they done it?
And they, getting out on defense, and just being aggressive. They haven't really changed much of what they do. They want to be the aggressive from the beginning, and they've really done that thus far.
And we noted that Peyton Oakerly has a leg wrap on, and that appears to be bothering her just a bit, but she has played well so far.
Well, at this time of the year, you got to go with it, no matter what's going on.
Henderson County wanted to calm things down just a bit, trailing 7-0. Here's Gish driving. Underneath, fakes, in trouble in there, but gets it back outside. Now here's Green. Tried to get a step, but Oakerly is right there to cut off the drive. Around to the left side it goes.
Good defensive stance by Douglas. Everybody's playing man-to-man.
Here's Gish again. And now the pass surprised the teammate, Callie Burnett, and stolen away. And here is Knowles at the other end for a layup.
That's one thing about Douglas. If you make mistakes, they capitalize on them very quickly. So you got to take control of that ball.
So Douglas now obviously playing with confidence, leading 9-0 as we come up on the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. So an extremely quick start for the Broncos today. Here is Green with it for Henderson County. Jersey Gardner. And the pass again stolen. MK Bennett's got it this time. Here's Bennett driving down the right side. Holds up over there, still got the dribble. Gets in trouble underneath though, and it's stolen by Gish.
Just went too deep that time. Should have just backed it out and just kept the possession.
Green up court quickly for Henderson County. Drives all the way in. Left-hand layup too hard, and Oakerly has it for Douglas.
Yeah, I thought she made that when she got point-blank range. Just missed it.
Dragonis in front court for Douglas. Bounces it over to MK Bennett. Dragonis drives and pulls up for a 15-footer now, and that one is tapped away on the rebound, and the rebound pulled down by Gardner of Henderson County. Here come the Lady Colonels, still looking for their first points as we near the halfway point in the first quarter.
Defensively, Douglas has been on it. That's been basically how they scored so far, except for the first one from Jay Lee.
Gardner got a pass into Gish, and Gish tried to go up for the layup, is fouled. They did at least get it in good position for a shot that time, and Gish will go to the line.
Well, right now I think look like Henderson County is just trying to get their feet up under them, and it takes a little bit, especially with the atmosphere and the excitement of being here. Sometimes you just got to get settled in.
Addie Gish gets the free throw to roll in, and that's the first scoring for Henderson County. 9-1 Frederick Douglass with 4:05 to go in the first quarter. Gish now gets a second try. Nevaeh Dixon into the ball game for Henderson County. There's the second one good. And it's 9-2 now, Frederick Douglass. Here's a shot by Wade out of the corner, drains another one.
You can't give her any free looks. She hasn't, during the region, she had a couple of stretches where she hit 2 or 3 in a row, but she hasn't been feeling well, but look like she's feeling better now.
Tamia Wade, 10 points a game for the freshman. And has hit a couple of threes here early. It's a 12-2 lead for Douglas. There's Gardner looking inside. Pass is deflected away. Picked up in the corner by Henderson County. The Gish is driving now and misses the shot. The rebound off to Wade of Douglas, but her pass is tapped away. Gish dives for it on the sideline, but can't get it in time. It'll go back to Douglas.
Yeah, got to take care of the ball. Douglas done a good job of limiting Henderson County to one shot. Just got to take care of it when they get it.
And a momentary delay here as Oakerly gets the shoe tied, and now we're underway again as the ball comes into MK Bennett in backcourt. Douglas leading by 10. 3:15 to go first quarter. Bennett guarded by Gish outside. To Wade, quickly in the corner it goes to Knowles. She's double teamed there. Nice bounce pass inside. That's some aggressive defense there. Oakerly is fouled, and the foul is on Green.
And I'm trying to see what Henderson County's running on defense. It looked more like a 3-2, but I'm not sure.
Douglas to play it in from under its own basket, and the pass comes in to Knowles. Got too far under there. Shot hit the underside of the backboard. Henderson County's got it. Here is Green driving with Gregonis right with her. Green into front court. Started to drive down the lane, but backed it out of there. Now they need to reset. Here is Locker getting a step on the baseline. Goes under and can't get the shot to fall from about 5 feet. Hits the rim, and now M.K. Bennett has it for Douglas, headed the other way.
You know, Douglas is looking to push the ball every chance they get, but I got to give it to Henderson County. They've been getting back into half court.
Playing hard, hustling on defense, but it's been a hot Douglas team here at the start. They've been able to convert some steals into baskets, and Broncos have carved out a 10-point lead, 12-2. Here is Wade with it. Near the free throw line, had it tapped away. Now it's over to Knowles on the right side. Gets a step on the drive, and she is fouled as she goes for the basket.
Douglas was very patient on that possession, and and got the ball to their star player.
Dixon with the foul, and we'll get a timeout here with 2:07 to go first quarter. 12-2 Douglas over Henderson County. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Central Equipment, we're a family, and that's what sets us apart from other ag and outdoor power equipment companies.
It's the amazing options we give our customers.
Through the quality brands that we represent.
With the parts and service that we offer.
With one main focus of making sure you,
our customers, leave happy. If you need a new tractor, mower, chainsaw, or have other power equipment needs,
come to Central Equipment and become part of our family.
So we can show you the Central Equipment difference.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
12-2 the score. Douglas off to the quick start. Nimbo, 2:07 to go in the first quarter. What are the coaches trying to get done during these timeouts?
Well, here's the thing. In the half court, Henderson County has to execute. That's what they're really known for. Or they got to start getting some transition buckets. If I'm coach, I'm telling them to be more aggressive, more active, run your offense so you can get some clean looks. As far as Douglas, for them, just keep the energy. Keep getting their hands on deflections and, keep being who they are.
To be away a couple of three-pointers really helps to have those go in at the start of the ball game, doesn't it? To get you off to a great start and puts the points on the board, obviously, but just the mindset you have after you hit a couple.
Well, here's the thing about that. When your first one goes through, you feel like everything's going to go through. So, and she's shooting it like she thinks it's going to go through. So that's a great thing. And that gets the jitterbugs out of the way.
12-2 Douglas as they come back out on the floor. You see Miami King in the ball game for Douglas, and she's been an excellent weapon off the bench, hasn't she?
Man, she's one of their utility players. And the one thing about this Douglas team, when people come in on the floor, they at least come and give their effort on the defensive end. So that helps a lot.
Knowles a 61% free throw shooter. Just misses the first one. Leaving the score at 12-2, and now the second one on the way, and that one is down but back out. And Henderson County's got it, trailing by 10. Driving is Gish. Faked the pass into the corner and took the shot instead. Missed the shot too long. Gregonis off with it for Douglas.
I would like to see Henderson County come down and run some good stuff on the half court just to give them an opportunity to have a great possession. That was a quick shot, and really didn't need that at that time.
Gregonis on the left side for Douglas. Floats it in there for King. King turns, puts it up, no good. Got the rebound. And then a whistle and steps are called, so it'll go back to Henderson County. And Douglas got a couple of tries at it.
Yes, that's what Henderson County is going to have to control that board a little better. Can't give them extra shots.
Pass floated up court for Locker as they bring it up against some pressure. Gish underneath to Gardner, but they were able to cover up before she could get the shot away. Now Green a long three and hits it. And Henderson County, to say the least, needed that one.
It was only a matter of time. She has been aggressive early. She just couldn't find any angles to get to that basket. So looks like she's going to have a good night.
Now 12-5. Douglas on top over Henderson County.
Got to look in the post.
With the fake, and then there's M.K. Bennett. A shot off the top of the key. No good for Wade this time. And it's a Henderson County rebound to Green. Long pass for Gardner, and she can't quite chase it down. And Douglas will get it back.
That's the one thing that Henderson County hasn't done. They haven't valued the ball. They're taking quick shots. They've turned it over. They need to get in and just get settled in. Get with coach, run your offense, run it crisply, cut hard. Just do the little things to get back in sync.
Maggie Melvin in the ball game for Henderson County now as Douglas comes up court. M.K. Bennett stops and fires. Three-pointer no good off the glass, and the rebound comes to Dixon of Henderson County. Up ahead it goes to Locker underneath for the layup. Missed the shot. The follow shot not there, and King brings it down for Douglas, and then a whistle.
Well, Henderson County, they getting out in transition after the timeout, but they're not capitalizing. They're getting what they want, but they got to finish at that rim.
Foul goes against Jaylee Knowles of Douglas in the action underneath the board, and it'll be Melvin to the line for a couple of free throws. 56% free throw shooter on the year, and the first one bounces off. 32. .9 seconds to go in the first quarter. Second try on the way, and that one bounces once on the rim and then drops in. So it's 12-6. Douglas quickly up court. Gregonis in the corner on the left side. Gets it back outside to Wade now. 15 seconds. They get it to Bennett. Off to Gregonis on the left side, and now Knowles has it near the top. Off to Bennett on the right side. 5 seconds. Knowles fires away. Missed the shot. Rebound caroms out into the corner. And we've come to the end of the first quarter of play with the score. Frederick Douglass 12 and Henderson County 6. Back for the start of the second quarter in just a moment on Glycod.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
At Central Equipment, we're a family, and that's what sets us apart from other ag and outdoor power equipment companies.
It's the amazing options we give our customers.
Through the quality brands that we represent.
With the parts and service that we offer.
With one main focus of making sure you,
our customers, leave happy. If you need a new tractor, mower, chainsaw, or have other power equipment needs,
come to Central Equipment and become part of our family.
So we can show you the Central Equipment difference.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Keith Elkins, Nimbo Hammonds from Rupp Arena in downtown Lexington. The goal of every high school program to get here and play in the Sweet 16. And right now we've got the opening game of this year's tournament. Frederick Douglass, the 11th region champion, against Henderson County, the 2nd region champion. And now, Nimbo, that 12-6 score looks a lot better than that 9-0 and 12-2 that we saw earlier. So Henderson County's got to feel a little bit better how things are going.
It wasn't that they were playing bad. They just missed. They just had some, careless turnovers. They missed a lot of easy buckets around the rim. And if you put those in, this is a different ball game. But they're still hanging in there.
12-6 the score. Jaylee Knowles had 4 in the first quarter for Douglas, and Tamia Wade, a couple of three-pointers. And Natalia Green for Henderson County hit a three-pointer that just the one three-pointer, but that was at a big time when they really needed some scoring.
Well, they're going to need her to do more of that as the game goes on. Like I say, it's still early, still 3 more quarters left, so taking that first quarter just to get the jitterbugs out may have been what it is for Henderson County.
Henderson County back out on the floor. Now here comes Douglas. And we are set to go with quarter number 2 from Rupp Arena. Ball comes into Gish for Henderson County. And in the corner to Locker. There is Green open for the jumper off the top. Missed the shot. Rebound comes out long to Bennett. She heads up the floor quickly. Got to step on everybody. Lays it up and in.
She plays so effortlessly. She's coming to her own over the past 2 or 3 weeks. And she's starting to really turn into that senior leader that they needed.
She's going to play some college basketball. Offers from Kentucky State and Vincennes and Lincoln Memorial University.
And the way she's played, she might pick up a few more.
Dixon misses the shot from the left side for Henderson County, and Douglas has it going the other way. Here's Gregonis coming up the right side for Douglas. Brings it back out in front now, guarded by Gish. He was looking to go inside, and King moved to the outside, and they almost overthrew her, but Douglas gets it back. And Gregonis has it out in front now, guarded by Gish again. This time she does get it to King.
Looked like a horns play. They're trying to get Jay Lee.
In and out as it went to Jay Lee Knowles, and then right back out to Wade. Long three, no good, and the ball kicks high off the rim, and we'll get a held ball on the rebound. That one will go back to Douglas.
They did a good job on that set right there from Coach Mobley to get Jay Lee a good touch in the paint, and she kicked it out for a good open three.
Iona Atkins into the game for Douglas. She was the hero of the regional final, hitting a three-pointer with about 4 seconds left on the clock, and Douglas got a thrilling three-point win over Dunbar to get here. Of course, Henderson County had to win a three-point game over Crittenden County to get here, so they're all tournament tested by now, aren't they?
Yes, sir. When you got the bullseye on your back, you have to be ready, and everybody has to be ready to contribute.
Knowles got into trouble as she started to drive, and Gish went in, tied the ball up, and now it'll be Henderson County's ball on the possession arrow. We get Oakerly back in the ball game for King for Frederick Douglas.
Well, here's what Douglas is going to have to start getting some more outside shots to open up those lanes so their guards can get down in there and drive and kick or drive and finish.
14-6. There's a steal by Oakerly. Has to stop the dribble, but gives to Knowles, who has the momentum going and drives on in for the layup.
You can't make mistakes against them. They score so fast.
16-6 Douglas as we come up on the 6-minute mark in the second quarter. Green gives it to Melvin on the right side. Looked for a player cutting through. Couldn't get it in there. Locker gets it back over to Green, guarded by Oakerly. Spins into the lane. Has to go back outside with it. Locker, a bounce pass to Green. Down the right side of the lane in heavy traffic. Floats it over the rim, and Knowles has it for Douglas. And she stops, almost dragged her foot as she was coming up to the midcourt line, but safely got it away to M.K. Bennett.
Douglas is making it hard for Green for Henderson County. She's trying to get through there, but they're really doing a good job of cutting her off.
Here is Atkins out front now for Douglas. Looks it over. M.K. Bennett down the right side of the lane, puts it up going by, missed the shot, rebound to Melvin of Henderson County, and here come the Lady Colonels. A long pass into the offensive end to Locker. Now to Green.
We've talked about it earlier. I think we did. The style of play is so different for both teams. Good play.
Nice bounce pass inside and the layup by Dixon. 16-8 now. Douglas over Henderson County. Just under 5 minutes to go, second quarter.
That's what Henderson County has to do. They have to play their game. A good half-court moving the ball and getting the shots that they want.
Knowles sets a screen for Bennett, and now the ball reversed back to Oakerly. She tries to drive down the lane and is called for walking. Gardner comes in for Henderson County, replacing Melvin.
I'd like to see Henderson County come down and run some of their half-court stuff like they did the last possession and get them something, a good open look.
Green gives it to Gish. Looking as she goes on the dribble, and now here is Green on the left side driving in. Missed the shot off the backboard. And here is Atkins in a hurry for Douglas. Now she's going to slow it down a little bit. Gets it over on the left side. That is Carr, who has just come into the ball game for Douglas, Nia Carr. And now here's Knowles in the right corner. Shot off over there, gives it to Gregonis. And back outside it goes to Atkins.
Henderson County's done a great job of getting back and slowing that breakdown for Douglas too. So
here's Atkins with it out front. Took a look at the basket, but elected not to shoot. Got it over to Gregonis. Now back to Atkins. Right side, Knowles now. Guarded by Dixon.
The guards cannot be afraid to take those open shots. You got to do that early so you can get a heat check.
Here's Atkins. That one short. A long three-point try.
I think she should have took the first one.
Yep. Score remains 16-8. Henderson County's got it. Here is Green with it. Guarded by Oakerly and floats it inside to Gardner. Short shot off the baseline as it's left a little short. And Knowles has it and comes up court on the dribble for Douglas. Bounce pass to Oakerly. Underneath layup. No good. It rolls off. Rebound. Knowles puts it in and she's fouled.
You know, Douglas on this big floor is getting up and down. So, you know, Henderson County's done a great job in the past of stopping them on that break. So they got to be conscious of Douglas trying to get out in transition.
First team foul on Henderson County in the second quarter. The foul went against Dixon, her second. And now here is Knowles looking for her 9th point. But 0 for 2 from the line, and that one comes out as well.
When you get this deep in the season, you got to pay attention to free throws. You know, they can be the difference in games.
Henderson County working in offensive court now after getting the rebound off the missed free throw. Gish has it out front, guarded by Wade. Now Gish with a step, goes under, lays it up, and it won't fall. Off the rim it comes, and Oakerly off of the rebound for Douglas, up to Knowles.
They got what they wanted.
Knowles driving and lays it up and in.
You know, Henderson County's doing a great job of getting the shots that they want. They're just not finishing.
Got to put them in the hole. And they've had several just roll right off the rim from in close. They trail 20-8 now. It's Douglas on top. Driving is Locker. Knowles comes over to pick her up. Shots missed. Rebound Dixon puts it up. Missed another one in close. And now Henderson County comes up empty. And here is Atkins for Douglas. Atkins looks it over.
I want to see what they're going to run. They got to run something. Get into your sets.
Carr with it on the right side for Douglas. Now to Knowles. Top of the key, drives down the left side and fouled again by Dixon. That's 3 on Nevaeh Dixon.
And Dixon has done well since she's been in there. She's been a tough matchup for Knowles. She's in there. She's long enough to guard, but she's picked up 3 quick ones.
We'll get a timeout. Now we come to a timeout with 1:46 to go in the second quarter. Douglas 20, Henderson County 8, and we'll be right back on Glycod.
You'll still have common days, but this is not one of them. A few weeks a year and you'll discover the most uncommon time of your life.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Douglas by 12, and we'll be back for more second quarter action in just a moment on Glycod.
Central Equipment, we're a family, and that's what sets us apart from other ag and outdoor power equipment companies.
It's the amazing options we give our customers.
Through the quality brands that we represent.
With the parts and service that we offer.
With one main focus of making sure you,
our customers, leave happy. If you need a new tractor, mower, chainsaw, or have other power equipment needs,
come to Central Equipment and become part of our family.
So we can show you the Central Equipment difference.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
20-8 the score. Douglas leads Henderson County as we have 1:46 to go before halftime. Nimbo, we mentioned that Henderson County was starting to rally a little bit, but still can't quite, as you said, they can't quite finish. They can't get the points on the board, even though they're doing a lot of things right.
And we talked about the perimeter players having to play well today. You know, you got to get Locker, Gish, and Melvin really either shooting the ball so Green can get down into the cracks, and then also you got to finish the easy plays.
Jaylee Knowles back to the line for 2, 0 for 3 on the day. And that one comes out. Looks like that spin isn't quite right, Nimbo, on that shot. Is that something that causes it to kick off the rim like that?
Well, I'm going to have to look at it because here's the thing. You know, she's missed the last 3, 4. And
there's one.
And whatever she did that time, she needs to just put a picture in her brain and just stick with it.
So she gets the second free throw. Adriana Brown in for Douglas. Knowles gets a break. Double team near midcourt as Gish is in trouble. And the ball eventually stolen by Oakerly. Now Bennett brings it up for Douglas. Chance to extend the lead. 21-8 Douglas. They got another steal. They'll try to convert that into points. Here's Bennett down the lane for the layup and can't get the shot to fall, but Oakerly is there for the offensive rebound. Out to Atkins, wide open 3, got it.
Yeah. You know, you got to keep them off the glass. If you don't keep them off the glass, then, you know, Douglas is tough. And the good shot by Atkins, way to be ready.
There's a long pass out of bounds for Henderson County. Off the hands of a Colonel, and it'll go back to Douglas. They'll bring it the length of the court, 24-8, and Henderson County in the danger zone here before halftime. A minute to go in the second quarter. They're down by 16 points, and this has not been a good last couple of minutes for them. Here is Bennett driving down the lane, shot blocked, and there is Callie Burnett to come up with it for Henderson County. Driving is Green all the way in, layup too hard. Out of bounds, and that'll go to Henderson County underneath its own basket. Green showed some good speed in getting down there, but again, couldn't convert.
Well, I'm talking about they're converging on her. That's what we talked about, the perimeter players. They're going to have to open up those lanes for her so she can get in there. Everything is kind of tough and challenged for her right now.
Inside Gish, fakes, moves in closer. Shot no good. Off the rim and bounces on the floor, and a scramble for it there. And Atkins comes up with it for Douglas with 32 seconds to go in the first half. Bennett hurries it up court. Goes down the right side of the lane, tries to scoop it up there. Nearly had it in, but it came off the rim. And now here is Green the other way for Henderson County. Knocked away from her. Brown has it for Douglas. We're down to 16 seconds, and they give it to Bennett. Off to Atkins. 10 seconds to go. Atkins backs out beyond the three-point arc. Here is Bennett. 4 seconds. Bennett starts a drive. Somebody's going to have to put it up, and there's the horn, and they did not get a shot at the end of the first half. And the score, as we go to halftime, is Frederick Douglass 24 and Henderson County 8. And we will be back to begin our halftime report in just a moment on Glycod.
Communication is really important on a team because you have to know what everybody's doing, even when it's not your job. You just really want to work as one unit, and whenever you can do that, the team is at its best. I think staying active helps me to be my best self by keeping me disciplined. Being able to look back whenever I go to bed at night, checking all the things off that I've done that day, it creates the best me. My name is Trent Noah, and I'm better without it.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
At Man of War Harley-Davidson, we're proud to be Kentucky's only family-owned Harley-Davidson dealership. Here, horsepower meets hospitality, and every rider is treated like family. With a huge selection of Harley-Davidson motorcycles, expert service and parts, premium apparel, and endless customization options, we're built to support every mile of your ride. And through community events and group rides, we're more than just a dealership. Man of War Harley-Davidson, where the ride begins.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Man of War Harley-Davidson, your 100% Kentucky-owned and operated Harley-Davidson motorcycle dealership at 2073 Bryant Road in Lexington. Visit manofwarhd.com.
Back at Rupp Arena, Keith Elkins along with Nimbo Hammonds, Chris Labar, our producer, here on Glycod today, and it's a 16-point lead for the Frederick Douglass Broncos at the half, 24-8. Nimbo, we've talked about it during the first half. Douglass got off to a very quick start, and then it looked like Henderson County had collected itself a little bit and began to make a little bit of a challenge. It was 12-6 at the end of the first quarter, but then the second quarter, just about all Broncos.
Well, one thing about Frederick Douglass is they never change who they are, so they stay steady. So even when they have bad stretches, they usually get their defense gets them back into the game, and that's what it was. Their defense has really allowed them to have this lead right now. Nothing really offensively has really, in the half courts has really worked, but they get out in transition.
Yeah, we'll get some official stats here in a moment, but we know the turnover column will be an important one for Henderson County as we get ready to go into the second half. And then unofficial scoring, Jaylee Knowles, 11 points, and she's really been hitting the offensive board hard. It's one thing to defend and try to keep the ball away from her, but once it goes up on the board, she's tough to handle there too.
And I love her just because she allows her teammates to be who they are, and then she doesn't mind deferring at times to go be their rebound, to go be their post player, but also can step out and make the big one. So she's done great today to get them going.
Tamia Wade, a couple of threes early, hasn't scored since then, but that really was a trigger for Douglas's early start, wasn't it?
Well, anything helps because when you gotta usually win by committee. You know, I'm waiting on Gregonis to kind of step up a little bit because usually we're looking for her to get some shots up, and she really hasn't. But again, when you have a team full of good players, it's anybody's day.
Yeah, M.K. Bennett just 2 points in the first half, but that's not anywhere near explaining her value. Several times we've talked about her bringing the ball up the floor, getting the break going, or making a steal, or coming up with a loose ball, and she just means a lot to this team.
Yes, and like we talk about with Jay Lee, same thing with Bennett. They don't mind doing other things to help their team win. That's the sign of a championship team. So to go out and be a defender on green and try to slow her down, if that's your job for the day, that's what Douglass does, and that's why they win.
On the other side for Henderson County, of course, not much scoring at all, and a three by Atalia Green. She averages almost 17 a game, so that's going to have to be a part of a Henderson County rally if there is one. She's working hard, but so far just hasn't been able to get the ball in the basket.
Well, you know, I got to put this on her teammates.
Yeah.
You know, somebody else has to start being aggressive, even from the perimeter. Either they got to drive and kick or somehow run some plays to get some open shots, because it'll make it a lot easier for Green to get in the paint. As of right now, they're cutting off every angle, and she can't get there. And then with the taller players for Douglas, it's really making it tough on her.
We'll get some official numbers here and take a look, and we'll take a break first and then come back with those numbers. 24-8 the score. Douglas on top over Henderson County. We'll be right back on Glyca.
Man of War Harley Davidson, we're proud to be Kentucky's only family-owned Harley-Davidson dealership. Here, horsepower meets hospitality, and every rider is treated like family. With a huge selection of Harley-Davidson motorcycles, expert service and parts, premium apparel, and endless customization options, we're built to support every mile of your ride. And through community events and group rides, we're more than just a dealership. Man of War Harley Davidson, where the ride begins.
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
You'll still have common days. But this is not one of them. A few weeks a year and you'll discover the most uncommon time of your life.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
16-point lead for Frederick Douglass as we're at halftime in this opening game of the Girls Sweet 16. 24-8 is the score. The Broncos on top. Let's take a look at some numbers brought to you by BCTC, our stats. And Nimble, there are some numbers on here that really jump out at you.
10 turnovers. You know, you got Henderson County, you know, you get 10 missed opportunities to put it in the hole. You can't win like that. And then also, too, 2 for 18 from the field.
Wow.
You know, and that's tough to beat anybody when you're shooting like that.
Yeah, and they have had some opportunities around the basket, just haven't been able to get them to fall, and now facing this 16-point deficit, 2 out of 18 from the field for Henderson County. Douglas credited with 7 steals in that first half, some individual scoring Jaylee Knowles with 11 points in the first half for Douglas. Tamia Wade, a pair of threes for 6 points, and then 2 points each for Oakerly and Bennett. And we talked about Bennett's value elsewhere. Oakerly, too, as they're all over the floor and playing well on defense and making a lot of things happen. 2 points for each of them, and 3 points for Iona Atkins, who hit a three in that second quarter. And then on the Henderson County side, the three-pointer by Green. So she has 3 points in the game, 2 points for Gish and 2 points for Dixon and 1 for Melvin. And that is it for Henderson County here as they trail 24-8. So where do you start now on this second half deficit if you're Henderson County?
Well, take care of the ball. It's one possession at a time. You still got a lot of time. You know, I know they're down a lot right now, but there's been some things that happen in 2 quarters. So you got to go in and you got to preach patience. You got to take care of the ball, and you really got to start attacking, at least getting to the free throw line.
And for Douglas, they come back out with a 16-point lead. They want to keep the pressure on, of course, but at the same time, you want to take care of the ball, have good possessions too. You just can't back off, can you?
Well, no, I think you got to drive more, because when you have people down like this, sometimes you think the game's over and you get relaxed on defense. Mm-hmm. You can't do that. You got to try to bury people. This is the time of the year that these teams are here for a reason, and if you give them hope when you have them down, it doesn't mean the momentum can't swing.
And for Coach Hale of Henderson County, I mean, this is a tough assignment for the coach at halftime to come up with a message, but what does he tell his kids now?
Just be patient and play and praise them. You know, sometimes, as coaches, we want to go in and we want to think we motivating kids by yelling and screaming, but sometimes they need to know that you're on their side and you got their back, and you just got to push them to be great.
And DJ Moberly is him doing some coaching out on the floor right now as he's with Jaylee Knowles, so keeping that message going, and I'm sure that they'll be ready to go here in a couple of minutes when we get started with the second half. So we'll take one final break before the second half begins. Be back with the start of the second half in just a moment on Glycod.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Sports have influenced my life in a tremendous way. I'm able to see all these new opportunities and meet all these great new people. My interests outside of basketball are trying to relax and hang out with my friends and explore Louisville itself.
I know I'm more successful because of the positive choices I've made and actions I've taken.
My name is Kenai Roots, and I'm better without it.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Just about set to go in the second half of this opening game. Two teams huddled up and ready to resume action, with Douglas holding that 16-point lead, and they've had this since very early. And Nimbo, we saw just a brief rally by Henderson County, but Douglas has dominated.
Yes, they have from the beginning, and we saw for a second there that it looked like Henderson County was going to start changing the momentum a little bit. And then the second quarter came, and it just like the dam broke.
And Douglas will have it as we start the third quarter of play. It'll be Wade into Bennett, And then across to Grigonis as the Broncos have it. Bennett a bounce pass to Grigonis, and now in the corner, Knowles double teamed, in some trouble down there. Got it away to Okerly under the basket. Here is Bennett with the shot too hard. Couldn't get it to fall, and Henderson County's got it going the other way. And here is Green in a hurry. Green into the lane, pulls up with the jumper and hits it.
Good pull up. And that's what I'm talking about, getting some transition buckets. They didn't get a lot of transition buckets in the first half.
They're going to pressure full court. Bennett took it all the way down, but missed the layup. And out of bounds it goes. It'll go to Henderson County. So a basket and then the turnover for the Lady Colonels.
Well, the last possession, defensive possession for Henderson County, looked like they went into a 2-2-1 and looked like they're going to try to speed the game up some in the half court.
And that was actually a foul on Jaylee Knowles. It's her second, and now she's got the ball on the interception as they tried a long pass down court. Knowles driving for the basket and is fouled.
You can't have those mistakes right there, and that's what we talked about in the first half. You have 10 turnovers, and this is the 11th one. That just was unforced. You just threw it away.
Gish with her first foul and the first on the team in the third quarter. Knowles back to the line, hits that one.
I guess Coach Mobley's halftime talk with her about her free throws is helping.
Mm-hmm. Back to the line for the second try, and it's on the way and good. Those two look good. Now it's 26-10. Douglas on top. Bennett with a little bit of pressure on Locker as they come up court. Now Locker takes it. Drives into offensive court. Gets it back to Gish. Left side. Green fires away and hits.
Man, this young lady, whatever was said in the locker room, she came out even more aggressive than she was in the beginning.
26-13. Wade from the left side for Douglas. Kicks out of there hard, and Green's got it. Throws it ahead to Gardner, driving, and has the ball knocked away. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be Henderson County's ball. Did they call a foul on that one? Nope.
No, sir. I was thinking it went off on Henderson County, but, ball back to them.
Yeah, they knocked it away down there, and it is going to go back to Henderson County. Quick pass back to Green, and then underneath it goes to Gish. Off the glass, no good. And the rebound to Bennett of Douglas.
Yeah, you have to make those. Those are the ones that you have to make.
Yeah, pretty good look. Just from the right side of the lane. Used the glass, but it came out. Lead remains 26-13. Here is Knowles driving. Fires it over the rim, and Green has it for Henderson County.
I'd like to see Henderson County run something this time and get a good look. Each possession is valuable.
They get it to Gish down the lane, cut off by Grigonis. Now to Locker outside, has to back it away. Guarded by Wade.
Good defense.
Comes around to the free throw line and now gives it over to Gardner on the left side. Across to Green. Okerly is on her. Now back to Gish.
The athleticism of Douglas is really showing right now. They're meeting the player on the catch. They're right there. They're not giving any room for Henderson County.
Here's a floater in the corner to Gish. Fakes, drives, goes in, has it slapped away by Knowles. Henderson County's got it back though. Locker to Green. Long one, no good. And the rebound on the floor. Okerly's after it for Douglas. Gish came in and had the tie-up, and so the possession arrow will give it back to Henderson County.
I love Green's energy. She's coming out and she's trying to lead this team, and she just needs a couple others to step up with her.
Bounce pass by Green inside, stolen away by Bennett. Here's Bennett in a hurry to the other end. She's out in front of everybody and lays it in.
She's so fast with the ball. I haven't seen anybody like that in a long time. She gets at that ball and she's gone.
She outdistanced everybody that time while dribbling the basketball and went in for the layup. 28-13. Henderson County trying to get some momentum, but plays like that will derail it. In the corner it goes, her left side, off the left wing by Gish. The long shot no good, hit the top of the backboard and rolled over on the other side, so out of bounds to Douglas.
Henderson came out in the beginning of the half, really came out energetic and everything, but then they had a couple of bad turnovers, and that took the momentum away from them. They got to try to take care of their ball and get back in this game.
Atkins in for Oakley for Douglas. Broncos work it up against some pressure. Coming up across the line is Bennett. Picked up by Green. Bennett shifts gears, goes for the basket, lays it up, no good, but she'll go to the line.
She's so strong with that ball. You know, and if you turn your head a little bit, she's gone.
Second one on the team, second one on Gish. And here is Bennett at the line. Missed the shot off to the right. Substitutions for Henderson County as Dixon and Melvin are back in. And Burnett and Gardner are out for Henderson County. Second shot coming for M.K. Bennett. And that one off the front rim.
And they
Douglas
got the ball back.
Got the ball back. Here's Knowles in the corner. They corralled the offensive rebound.
You can't do that if you're Henderson County. You can't keep giving them opportunities to score because they're not going to miss much.
4:16 to go, third quarter. Pass to Knowles on the high post, turns and looks. Gives it to Gregonis. Gregonis drives the left side, gives it to Bennett. Here's her drive into the lane, puts it up going by. Missed the shot from the middle of the lane, but Knowles got it back. Now a long three, good by Wade.
Anytime you give them extra shots, they punish you. And you can't do that this late in the season. You know what I mean? Because this is either you live or you go home.
31-13 following the three-pointer by Wade. Gish drives for Henderson County, but Atkins is right there. Outside it goes to Dixon, now off to Green on the right wing. Picked up by Knowles over there. Inside to Dixon, we get a foul as Dixon went for the basket.
Well, you know, I like that play, but Douglas is being so aggressive on the defensive end. Every time Green has to use a screen, they're trying to trap it, or they're just switching it. So it's making it tough for her to turn the corner.
So here's Dixon at the line. Had 2 points in the first half, drops that one in.
I like Dixon's contribution in the first half. She came in as a long player, and it really made it tough on Jay Lee in the post a little bit. You know, made her have to play hard.
Second shot comes out. Leaving the score 31-14. Douglas has it now, and here is Bennett backing out and handing it off to Atkins. Atkins looks things over as they set it up.
And, you know, I like this look for Douglas because, you know, they took MK off the ball and put the ball in Atkins' hands, and that frees Bennett up to do some other things.
And Atkins got it to Bennett just now, and she's guarded by Green out front, just holding the ball. Movement inside. Bennett still dribbling outside. Now over to Wade on the right side.
You know, the one thing I would like to see a little bit more is set some good screens. Because Henderson County is doing a good job of fighting over them. Douglas has to set better screens to get open.
Knowles with the drive. That one got away from her, out of bounds to Henderson County. And we will take a break here. 2:34 to go in the third quarter. Timeout on the floor, and the score, Frederick Douglass 31, Henderson County 14. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
At Central Equipment, we're a family.
And that's what sets us apart from other ag and outdoor power equipment companies.
It's the amazing options we give our customers.
Through the quality brands that we represent.
With the parts and service that we offer.
With one main focus of making sure
our customers leave happy.
If you need a new tractor, mower, chainsaw, or have other power equipment needs,
come to Central Equipment and become part of our family.
So we can show you the Central Equipment difference.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
.234 to go in this opening game of the Clark's Pump and Shop Girls Sweet 16 from Rupp Arena. Frederick Douglass jumped out to the early lead, and they have maintain that. They lead by 17 now after being ahead by 16 at halftime. So a little more competitive in this second half, but that's not going to be nearly good enough for Henderson County. They got to make some momentum go and then cut into that lead.
Well, they started off great. They did, and then those couple of turnovers just kind of killed the momentum. You got to get back into it now. Make these last 2:34 your best basketball to put you in a position to come back and fight the fourth quarter.
So in this third, Natalia Green, 5 points, a three-pointer, and 1 basket. So she's got 8 points for the game. Comes in averaging nearly 17 a game, 17 points, 4 rebounds, and season high 28 back at Bullitt East on December 21st. So she's their standout as far as getting the points on the board is concerned, but they've got a big hill to climb now, and just 2:34 in the third quarter plus the fourth to get it done.
Well, it's going to be interesting who helps her, who helps Green, because they need somebody else to step up at this time.
Against some pressure, they get it into front court. Here is Green, fires away off the right side, comes out of there. Rebound, Locker had it, lost it, knocked out of bounds and off a Douglas player. They disagree with the call, but it is going to go back to Henderson County underneath its own basket. Green will play it in.
It makes it tough for Henderson County because they don't have really a post presence, and I thought they would this game, but it hasn't really been effective, and it makes it hard on the perimeter players.
Locker guarded by Wade out front, and over to Gish. She is tracked closely by Atkins. Now Green takes it and moves out front, directs some traffic, and tries to drive around Bennett, gets an edge and missed the shot. We get a foul though.
I like Green. I like how she attacks. I like how she's patient before she attacks, and they just need somebody else to help her do this because it looks like she's the only one really having some success getting to that basket.
Just the first foul on Bennett, third on the team in this third quarter, and here is Green at the line and misses the free throw. First time at the line today for Natalia Green, 5'7" senior. Second shot is good. 31-15 now. Douglas on top with under 2 minutes to go in the third.
Yeah, they're running a 2-2-1. I couldn't figure out what it was at first, but they're running a 2-2-1.
King back in there for Douglas. She has it now on the high post. And ball's knocked away and stolen away as Locker comes up with it. Green made the initial deflection. Here is Green off to Locker. Back to Green. And then the long one by Melvin is too long, and that one missed the rim and bounces on out of bounds.
Yeah, they just been off the mark tonight. You have those games, you just don't want to have them now.
Right, that's right. It's about the timing. Here is Adriana Brown back in the ball game for Douglas.
What valuable experience that these kids are getting on this floor, especially for those young players, those middle schoolers, those freshmen and sophomores and juniors, and sad for some of those seniors who won't get to do this again.
Yeah, Henderson County, this is an annual trip.
Yes, so they just already booked their rooms before they leave.
There's a steal now by Henderson County. Locker ahead to Gish, can't track it down. Finally does over near the sideline, but out of bounds and back to Douglas.
Those plays right there kill you right now. You can't have those turnovers. You have to take care of the ball.
Going under 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Still 31-15. Frederick Douglass with the lead. Knowles cross courts it to Wade. Fires away from the right side off the rim. Douglas way up for it in the person of Knowles, and Knowles puts it in.
You got to love her. So unselfish, makes the passes, and then cleans up the mess that she has to.
She claimed that one and stuck it right back in the basket. And the lead is 18, 33-15, and now down to 25 seconds to go in the third. Here's the shot by Melvin from outside. That one catches the right side of the rim, and Green with the rebound, drives in, lays it in.
I like the aggression of everybody else. Melvin trying to shoot the ball and do those things because that's what they're going to have to do.
Quick pass inside intended for Knowles, off her hands but deflected away. by a Lady Colonel, and it'll go out of bounds to Douglas. Just 7.2 seconds to go in the third, so we'll see what Douglas does with this opportunity. And they're going to take a timeout. So DJ Moberly wants a timeout here with 7.2 seconds, 33-17, Douglas on top. We'll be right back on Glycod.
You'll still have common days, but this is not one of them. A few weeks a year and you'll discover the most uncommon time of your life.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
We are back at Rupp Arena. 16-point lead for Frederick Douglass over Henderson County. Just 7.2 seconds to go in the third quarter. They've got enough of an opportunity here to set a play, Nimbo. What do you think they'll try to do?
Hey, you try to get a bucket. You know,
absolutely.
And you try to get you a bucket. At least get a good, clean shot from one of your best players.
And they get it into Wade. There's a three-pointer, and it comes out. No good. Rebound to Gish. Starts up the floor. 1 second. They got it to Locker, but not in time to get a shot away. And we've come to the end of the third quarter with the score. Frederick Douglass 33 and Henderson County 17. Back for the start of the fourth quarter in just a moment on Glycod.
Central Equipment, we're a family, and that's what sets us apart from other ag and outdoor power equipment companies.
It's the amazing options we give our customers.
Through the quality brands that we represent.
With the parts and service that we offer.
With one main focus of making sure you,
Our customers, leave happy. If you need a new tractor, mower, chainsaw, or have other power equipment needs,
Come to Central Equipment and become part of our family.
So we can show you the Central Equipment difference.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Glad you've joined us for the tournament opener in the Clark's Pump and Shop Girls Sweet 16 from Rupp Arena. Frederick Douglass has had the better of this one. They lead 33-17 as we get ready to go to the fourth quarter. And the winner will meet the winner of the Callaway County and Assumption game coming up just a bit later after this one is concluded. But still a big mission for Henderson County in the fourth quarter. We haven't really seen anything yet that would make you think that they could get into this 16-point lead, but they've got some time. They've got Italia Green. They can put something together here, and I'm sure that's the mission right now.
The one thing, if I'm coaching, I'm telling my players, it's not over till it gets double zeros and the horn sounds. So all you have to do is really go out and start getting stops. Try to get some easy buckets in transition if you can. Score rather quickly, and then also attack hard and get to the free throw line. But you got to take care of the ball. That's been their main issue tonight, is taking care of the ball.
So with that 16-point margin on the board, Douglass will start the fourth quarter with the basketball. M.K. Bennett will throw it in. Atkins back there with her. And Atkins takes the inbounds toss, and we're underway in the fourth quarter. Atkins driving against Green. Here's a steal. Locker got it. Driving down to the other end. Goes under and puts it up. She is fouled as Wade had to chase her down and commit the foul.
You know, and I like to see that right now out of Henderson County. You know, you got to fight to the end. And, you know, on the first play of the fourth quarter, you know, you come up with a steal. So, good start to the fourth.
At the line, number 2, Janiyah Locker, now shooting one.
Locker one more after coming up empty. It's 33-17, and the second shot hits the front rim, but there's Green for the rebound. Puts it back up, no good. And the rebound to Brown of Douglass. M.K. Bennett will take it across the line for the Broncos. Guarded by Green out front. Looks it over. Goes to Wade on the right side. Gish right there with her defensively along with Green. in the corner. Brown fires away. Missed the shot, but goes and gets her own rebound. Looking for help. Got it to Wade. Still a battle over there. They couldn't quite get it secured, and now Atkins is called for a foul on the loose ball situation.
Well, I love it. I love it for Henderson County. You know, look at the aggression level that came out in this fourth. You know, wish we had seen that little bit of that earlier, but, you know, still time on the clock. So you got to take it one possession at a time, and you still got to be aggressive to the end.
Coming up on 7:15 to go in the fourth quarter. 33-17. Douglas on top. Gish with it for Henderson County. Has it knocked away, and a scramble for the ball near midcourt. It'll be a held ball, and Tamia Wade in to tie it up for Douglas, but Henderson County retains possession.
You know, that's one thing we can count on. Douglas is going to play some defense.
They got it into Green, driving. Has to fire it back out to a teammate, Gish, and then off to the side to Locker. Now Gish takes it again, and they back it out of there to set things up. Gish pulls up, fires away. High arching shot, no good off the rim. Rebound tapped right back outside to her. Gish down the lane, hands it off, and the shot is good by Dixon.
No good possession. You know, they stuck with it.
33-19 with 6:40 to go. Henderson County aggressive on the boards that time, resulted in a two-pointer. Here is Bennett driving down the right side of the lane, has it knocked away.
Yeah.
And it'll be Henderson County's ball. Got her hand last.
And that's what we just talked about, taking one possession at a time, offensively and defensively. And defensively, they've done a great job at Henderson County, that is.
Trailing by 14, trying to cut into that lead.
You got to kick that ball to open up those driving lanes. On that, you got to kick that.
There's Locker driving. Gives it off to Gish. Gish driving around Gregonis, gets a layup, missed the shot, too hard. And the rebound to Knowles of Douglas. Gregonis up court for the Broncos. Floats it in the corner. There is Okerley working hard underneath, but it's knocked away and stolen. Here goes Green for Henderson County. Has it knocked away from behind, and there's Bennett coming up with it for Douglas. So back and forth we go. Bennett fires it ahead to Knowles. Into the lane, puts it up, no good, and an offensive foul on Knowles.
Well, I like I tell you, I love what Henderson County's doing, but they got to finish on the other end. You know, they have to make these defensive stops mean something. You know what I mean? Right now, you don't have time to just kind of trade buckets or go back and forth. You got to finish on the offensive end.
Third foul on Knowles comes with 5:46 to go in the fourth. Lead holding at 33-19 for Douglas. 3 fouls on Douglas in the fourth quarter. Green with it, off to Gish. Gish looking it over there as Gregonis has the defensive assignment on her. Now here's Gish into the lane.
Got to be ready to shoot that ball.
Takes a step forward and missed the shot, trying to go with the left hand as she stepped down the lane. Rebound Douglas. Gregonis has it and gives it off to M.K. Bennett as they come up court.
I'd like to see coming down the stretch what Coach Mobley does with his offense. You know, when you have this big lead, sometimes it can be kind of tough to maintain it.
Deflection, but Douglas gets it back. And now a foul as Bennett started her drive. Foul is on Locker. First foul on Henderson County in the fourth quarter. So Douglas has it. Inbounds pass to Knowles, right back to Bennett. Tries to drive underneath and is fouled as she put the shot up.
Bennett stays attacking. You know, if you give her a one-on-one situation, she's going to attack you, and you have to be ready for that. Especially the weak side help should have been there for that drive.
Second foul on Henderson County, fourth one on Dixon. And now here is Bennett at the free throw line. Shot missed. Hit the front of the rim, bounced off to the left side.
If there's one thing I'm going to take away from this game, if I'm Coach Mobley, is it's like we got to go shoot free throws. Because the deeper you get, the more important they become.
Holding that 14-point lead right now. There's a good one from Bennett. Now the lead is 15. 4:45 to go. Driving is Gish. Bennett's right there with her as she comes into front court. Now gets a step, goes down the lane. Shot blocked And the second try put up by Dixon, no good. Knowles with the initial block, and now Bennett has it for Douglas. Into offensive court and stolen from behind by Gish. Gish comes into offensive court for Henderson County. They've got it back again with another opportunity.
In the fourth quarter, if they had played like this from the beginning, this would be something totally different right now.
Been much more aggressive, haven't they? Here's a long three by Green, no good. Long rebound. Gregonis corrals it for Douglas, but then a tie-up, and Douglas will get the ball on the possession arrow. But, yeah, Henderson County's turned it up a notch, haven't they?
Well, here's what I'm looking for Green to do right now through this fourth. You got 4 minutes left. Still drive hard, but get your shooter some shots. If you can get those threes right now, that can change the ball game real quick if you get your 2 or 3 of them.
Get Burnett into the game for Henderson County, replacing Dixon. Pass comes into Knowles, gets it out of the corner to Bennett, and up court to Okerley. In the corner, Wade's open, fires from there, hits another one.
You can't give her a free look. A free look is like just going and just counting in the books.
So we get a timeout with 4:05 to go in the fourth quarter, and with that three, Douglas leads at 37-19. We'll be right back on Glycock.
You'll still have common days, but this is not one of them. A few weeks a year and you'll discover the most uncommon time of your life.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Henderson County trailing Frederick Douglass 37-19. 4:05 to go in the fourth. Back with more fourth quarter action in just a moment on Glycod.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
At Central Equipment, we're a family.
And that's what sets us apart from other ag and outdoor power equipment companies.
It's the amazing options we give our customers.
Through the quality brands that we represent.
With the parts and service that we offer.
With one main focus of making sure you,
Our customers leave happy. If you need a new tractor, mower, chainsaw, or have other power equipment needs,
Come to Central Equipment and become part of our family.
So we can show you the Central Equipment difference.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Keith Elkins along with Nimbo Hammonds, Chris LeVar in the producer's chair today. 4:05 to go in this one. 37-19. Frederick Douglass on top. And Nimbo, we talked about how Henderson County had come out more aggressive. And then you get a big three from Tamia Wade, and suddenly your momentum is stalled.
Well, that's why you have to take care of the ball. You know, they've had great opportunities to finish some plays, and they haven't. And when you don't finish on your end, Douglas is off to the races. And if you give them open looks, they're taking advantage of it.
Lady Colonels will have the ball. Coming the length of the court as Green plays it into Gish, and now back to Atalia Green. Now Gish again out front, guarded by Bennett.
Well, you know, the one thing that I'm seeing now, late in the game, Douglas is pushing that ball to start to making Henderson County start their offense so high out.
Here's Gregonis with an interception, driving for the basket, gets the layup.
Her first two tonight.
39-18, yeah, first scoring for Gregonis. And the Broncos lead by 20. Driving is Locker against Wade, gets it in the corner. Gardner with the three from there. Not good, and the rebound took a bounce on the floor before being picked up by Tamia Wade for Douglas.
You know, all Henderson County shots seem short today. I don't know if it's legs or if it's the court. It could be a little bit of number of everything. And then the pace of this game has been up and down with Douglas.
Wade off to Bennett on the left side. In the corner to Knowles. Inside to Okerley. She goes out to the side to Gregonis, and they'll go around the perimeter again.
You know, the patience of Douglas has just showed their maturity. Good coaching. They're not rushing things. They're just being patient.
Under 3 minutes to go now. 2:50 mark in the fourth quarter. Bennett gives it to Wade. Now bounce pass inside. Nice pass. Okerley with the score.
And she faked me out because I thought she was going somewhere else with that one.
41-19 Douglas.
That was a great pass.
Here's Green and makes a move, gets open for the jumper, but can't connect. Rebound put up by Gish, not good, but she's fouled. That'll be on Bennett.
You know, as of right now, it's looking like it's really time is dwindling late for Henderson County, but they just got to keep fighting to the end.
41-19, Douglas on top, just 2:22 to go in the fourth. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Central Equipment, we're a family.
And that's what sets us apart from other ag and outdoor power equipment companies.
It's the amazing options we give our customers.
Through the quality brands that we represent.
With the parts and service that we offer.
With one main focus of making sure you,
Our customers leave happy. If you need a new tractor, mower, chainsaw, or have other power equipment needs.
Come to Central Equipment and become part of our family.
So we can show you the Central Equipment difference.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
22-point margin on the board for Frederick Douglass right now. 41-19, just 2:22 to go. And it looks like, Nimbo, that Douglass is going to get another opportunity to meet the Assumption Callaway County winner and move on in this tournament. Still a little bit of time left, but it looks pretty good for the Broncos right now. And they are coming into this tournament off the big win over Dunbar, and overall looking pretty sharp today.
Yes, you know, they came in taking care of business. You know, they stuck to the game plan. They followed through. And, you know, the one thing I can say about this team is they've all kept that composure no matter what is going on. And that's truly big for this team, especially coming down the stretch when you're looking to go deep in this tournament.
Well, Broncos come back out on the floor now. Henderson County already there. It'll be Addie Gish to the free throw line for Henderson County, as she'll have two. And she sinks the first one. Addie Gish, 3 for 3 from the line today. Those are her only 3 points of the game. Comes in averaging 7 a game. Second try is there. And pressure all over the court by Henderson County, as you would expect in this situation.
Yes.
Here's Gregonos with it, comes up across the line.
You know, and Douglas wasn't even bothered by the pressure. You know, they just get it up and then they get into their half court.
Bennett to Gregonos on the right side. Back out to Bennett in front. Got Carr and King in there again. Now here's a whistle.
You know, the one thing I said about both of these coaches, you know, I've watched both benches doing timeouts and everything, and they are really, truly coaching these young ladies. And, you know, you got to give the hats off to both of them. You know, they've done a great job today coaching these young ladies.
Got a turnover, and do we have a quick timeout to get the substitutions in? Let's see. Yeah, got substitutions in for Henderson County.
You know, this is the part that you hate. You know, when you see your seniors walking off the floor and they're upset and they're crying, you know, because it's their last night in a high school uniform. So it's tough for them, but to get here and get this experience is a great opportunity.
Peyton London into the ball game for Henderson County, along with Bella Esterbrook.
You know, the one thing I like about this with Coach, you know, you give your young players some look at this and a good feel to want to get back next year.
They get a foul on Douglas. They also have Kenley Evans in the ball game for Henderson County.
Fouls on number 1, Nia Carr. That's our first, team's fifth.
Nia Carr with the foul, the fifth on Douglas.
15, Casey Parker.
Pacey Parker will go to the line for Henderson County. And she's in the box score with a free throw, successful on the first try. Second shot good.
You know, that's a treat to be in the books coming to the Sweet 16. So,
minute 35 to go, and Carr hands it off to Atkins for Douglas. Brinley Dumford also into the game for Douglas, along with Miami King, Adriana Brown.
Got to shoot that, but I can understand the patience right now. Coach Mobley's probably preaching something different.
Here's King with it. Now goes back outside to Atkins. Yeah, when Coach Moberly clears the bench, it's names that you're already familiar with because a lot of those people play some good minutes. Here's Brown off the left side, and that's good for 3.
And then when you go to your bench and you can get production, you know, what can you say? It's like you got 2 starting 5s.
Adriana Brown with the 3 makes it 44-23. Douglas, a convincing victory here in the opening game. Now going to be taken away by Douglas. King comes up with it. And now to Atkins. 36 seconds and a whistle. Now we'll get a couple of substitutions for Douglas. Tishner and Wooten into the ball game. Tiana Tishner, Maya Wooten.
You know, at least some of those players at the end of the bench should be able to feel like what it is to get on this floor and play in this game. You know, it's only small amounts of the minutes, but you can say you played ever up in the Sweet 16.
Estelle Herbst in for Henderson County along with McKinley Black. Here's Dumford with it for Douglas. Still on the dribble, still driving. Pass is deflected. Knocked out of bounds under the Douglas basket with 21.3 to go. Douglas will retain possession. Brown will put it in play. So Brown looks and gets it into Dumford.
You know, coach will probably tell him to hold the ball.
Tishner has it. She's just dribbling out front. Over to Dumford. Dumford's going to fire away. Shot kicks high off the rim. Henderson County will get one more try. 5 seconds to go. Colonels come up court. Driving for the basket. The shot no good by Bryn Rideout, who was in the game there in the late stages. And we've come to the end of this one with the score. Frederick Douglass 44 and Henderson County 23. That's the final. We'll take a break and then come right back and do a quick wrap-up for you on Glycod.
Central Equipment, we're a family.
And that's what sets us apart from other ag and outdoor power equipment companies.
It's the amazing options we give our customers.
Through the quality brands that we represent.
With the parts and service that we offer.
With one main focus of making sure you,
our customers, leave happy. If you need a new tractor, mower, chainsaw, or have other power equipment needs,
come to Central Equipment and become part of our family.
So we can show you the Central Equipment difference.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You'll still have common days. But this is not one of them. A few weeks a year and you'll discover the most uncommon time of your life.
Your road to safe, confident driving starts at Apex Driving School. Apex is family-owned and operated, offering teen and adult driving lessons given by state-certified instructors. They also provide a wide range of services, including classroom instruction, freeway interstate driving, and road test prep. Register today. Apex Driving School, where learning to drive feels like family.
At Man O' War Harley-Davidson, we're proud to be Kentucky's only family-owned Harley-Davidson dealership. Here, horsepower meets hospitality, and every rider is treated like family. With a huge selection of Harley-Davidson motorcycles, expert service and parts, premium apparel, and endless customization options, we're built to support every mile of your ride. And through community events and group rides, we're more than just a dealership. Man O' War Harley-Davidson, where the ride begins.
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit CartownKiaUSA.com.
Back at Rupp Arena, Keith Elkins along with Nimbo Hammonds. And Nimbo, it was a convincing win for Douglas. They move on a 44-23 victory, and they took charge right at the start tonight.
Yeah, they just played their game plan. Did what they wanted to do from the beginning. They pressed. They got their hands on deflections. They scored fast. And then they went through Knowles. Knowles, whatever they didn't do well, Knowles cleaned it up for them.
Well, Jaylee Knowles, the outstanding junior, 6-foot junior and region player of the year, and came in averaging 13.5 points a game, 7 rebounds a game. Had a big day today, 15 points unofficially for Jaylee Knowles. Tonight's most outstanding players are built by Carpenter's Local 1650. Build your next chapter, and Jaylee Knowles was certainly outstanding for Douglas today, and she has that reach in there defensively too. She's just really a factor on both ends of the floor all the time.
Well, I heard Coach Mobley talking about how she likes to block shots, and then she made a couple of those plays during the game that really solidified their defense, when they got by the guards. So it just sums up what they've done all year. Defensively, they're just a great team.
And Douglas did get a lot of solid efforts from other players, too. M.K. Bennett just 5 points today, but does a lot of the ball handling, a lot of that defensive pressure. Tamia Wade, 4 3-pointers for 12 points, so that certainly had a big contribution to the score today. And others doing what they do for Douglas.
Well, you take Bennett. When you take the assignment of having Green, something's going to give. You're not going to be able to put the points together sometimes because you got to chase her around as good as a player she is. So, sometimes you have to sacrifice parts of your game to help your team win, and that's what Douglas seems to continue to do to win these games.
And Green unofficially 11 points. Talia Green, her career comes to an end, the 5'7" senior, but we can see why she has had the honors that she has had. And a difficult game today, of course, but she battled all the way and put 11 points on the board for Henderson County, and she is our outstanding player from Henderson County today.
Well, and she came out, she was aggressive from the beginning. Just the perimeter players really didn't get involved today to open up the lanes for her to kind of get loose. But then late in the fourth, they really started playing like they probably should have in the first quarter. And then you got to see kind of what their team would look like. But she did a great job of trying to push through and lead them. And, they just fell short tonight or today.
44-23 was the final as Douglas advances with the win over Henderson County. And we'll take a quick look ahead, brought to you by New Vista. They see the good ahead. We won't look very far ahead because you can't do that in tournament play, but we can tell you that the next one coming up here, Assumption and Callaway County, the winner will go against Frederick Douglass, so they are the first to advance today. Any final thoughts, Nimbo, before we wrap it up?
Well, just cherish these moments for all these young ladies who've been here. Cherish these moments, and you got to leave it all on the floor. You can't look over your shoulder because it's live or you go home. So, to all these coaches, prepare your young ladies, push them, and just enjoy the ride.
Frederick Douglass moves to 25-7 on the year, and Henderson County wraps their season up at 24-10. So congratulations to the Broncos on the victory. Congratulations to Henderson County on a great season. Lots more basketball to come on Glycod, but we'll say goodbye for the moment from Rupp Arena. Again, the final score in the first game, it was Frederick Douglass 44, Henderson County 43. For Chris LaBar and for Nimbo Hammonds, I'm Keith Elkins. Thanks for listening, and good afternoon from Rupp Arena.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Sports have influenced my life in a tremendous way. I'm able to see all these new opportunities and meet all these great new people. My interests outside of basketball are trying to relax and hang out with my friends and explore Louisville itself.
I know I'm more successful because of the positive choices I've made and actions I've taken.
My name is Kanai Roots, and I'm better without it.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod. From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School basketball, presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world. Tonight's game was brought to you by Man O' War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. New Vista, we see the good ahead. Tim Short Auto Plaza, take the short drive to satisfaction. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling. Elite Building Products in Nicholasville, where you'll find top quality products for your home. Cartown Kia, movement that inspires. Carpenter's Local 1650, build your winning career today. And by Suntime Pools and Spas and Apex Driving School.
Visit Glycod.com and follow us on social media for information about upcoming broadcasts and other high school sports content. Thank you for watching this live sports presentation on Glycod.